was
Is
really...
that sports casting now? Or...
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
What the fuck?
That's what we're doing. Welcome to the Bonsai Movie Crew, where we talk about a movie every week. Just random fucking movies, too, apparently. Because this week, it's Alita Battle Angel. Oh, let's introduce everybody who's going to be talking. So there's me, Joseph. We got Karen. Say
hi.
Hi, Karen.
Hi.
And then yours truly, Matthew.
Howdy.
We're gonna let the the Tarantino thing go.
God!
We're gonna let it go.
No, it's Ducky Tarantino.
Ducky Tarantino. We're gonna let it go. I'll try not to this time. So let's get into a little bit of.
Remember, he said he was gonna let it go this time.
I
didn't.
I said that I'll let it go, man. All right, so what do we got for news this week? Let me look at my news. I actually did some news stuff.
I seen a news thing. Have you guys seen what Rolling Stone's doing for the movie The Whale?
No.
They're telling everybody not to watch it.
Why?
Why?
Because it gives the...
It glorifies fat people?
No, it makes... It kind of says that it makes fat people pitied because it makes it out to be that they did it to themselves. Usually... people do it to themselves.
Yeah, and the whole point of the movie isn't just... It's not about the fact that he does do it to himself, but from what I understand is the movie's about him. He leaves his family for another woman.
And that's why
he grows... ultimately, he grows depressed.
600
and
pounds.
he eats.
And then he
then
he tries to...
I'm sure there's a lot more to it.
He tries to get back to with his... He tries to fix
There's
it.
a lot of movies out there that kind of follow a similar pattern in some way,
we're
shape,
going to
or
get
form.
into...
So,
I've got some news for you guys this week on that kind of bullshit.
They said that it makes it...
When's the last time Rolling Stone as a magazine has been, at all relevant?
Credible? Relevant.
They just came out and said that it makes...
Stick to music.
It makes it look like fat people are fat because it's their fault. And I'm sorry to tell you, maybe it's not like if you have a glandular problem, okay? But the reason I was fat was because I was fat. I did not watch what I ate, and I was lazy.
Mm-hmm. It's easy to do nowadays, too, with the shit they put in food.
Are
That's
usually
true.
big on their fault. But there are people out there, I will say, that can't control it. They have glandular problems and stuff. But still, you can't sit there.
I'll own it. I mean, I'm a big girl because it's my issue, but I'm working on it. I'm getting better.
Me too. I'm a big guy, and I'm losing some weight. I would like to get down to 200. I have a feeling I don't think I'm going to be able to get past 220 though. Below 220.
Yeah, you will. Yeah, well, just work at it.
Yeah, if you want to.
All right, so let's get into some more news here. Have you guys heard about The Woman King?
The
thing. Yeah, I posted. I'm not as angry about it.
We're not friends that way, Joseph. I laughed so hard.
Thank you, Josh. So I said that's why I was like, I don't need any more friends. That's why I got you, man. So the Woman King's taking a lot of heat because of the tribe that they portray in the movie. And everything like that. And at first I was like, it kind of pisses you off because you're like, if it was anything else, that'd be like going in and, like I said, glorifying Hitler.
Yeah.
And
I don't know enough about it to say.
I looked it up and essentially,
it's based on an all-woman tribe that basically sold their own people into slavery.
Sold and sacrificed their own people into slavery, and also they were also cannibalistic.
Were they cannibalistic?
Yes, and
but also the war that they're in the movie is to protect them slave trading, to protect the slave.
Yeah,
trade.
and I've heard other things like them as warriors. They weren't even good warriors.
Yeah.
They were shitty warriors. They got their asses kicked a lot.
I heard they were all killed in like an hour.
Yeah, so.
They were, yeah.
It's a big mess, and Viola Davis is like, and I agreed with what she said about it, which is the lead in the movie.
Yeah, I did see that. And
I agreed.
It really sucks because I like her.
I do too, yeah. And I agree with what she said. She said, this is not a historically accurate depiction of this tribe. She goes, this is a movie. It's fictionalized. And that's where it kind of like...
I think the problem lies in that, though, that a lot of people don't They don't care. They don't like read the history. They just watch the movie, and then that becomes history.
That is true. I agree with that. Like some people don't look up and you know,
like if people didn't know enough about World War II, and then we made a movie glorifying Hitler in some way, that would become the history.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah,
It's just,
right. That is true.
That is the way of the world.
You're right. You're right.
Because if I know nothing about that tribe, and I watch that movie,
yeah,
and I do no research on my own, I'm gonna go around telling people how great this tribe is.
The only reason I know anything about the tribe is because I watched a video that was talking about it, and they gave information about the tribe.
But that's what I'm getting at is that
nobody
making
knows
this movie and just saying like you own no responsibility for it to be somewhat accurate is bullshit.
Right. I agree. I agree to an extent with that, but I also agree to where at this point in society, you fucking people know better, especially as adults. Whenever you go into a movie theater, you walk into a movie theater with the expectation of being entertained. If they would have made a movie about the Woman King and it was like a 100% accurate depiction of what actually happened, you're not going to walk out thinking that movie was badass. You're going to walk out thinking, damn, that movie was really fucking depressing, you know?
Not true.
Why is that? How is that true?
They make movies that say based on a true story that are bullshit. And you don't know until many years later.
I don't think they even mention that this is. I think they just say this is.
I'm just saying though,
it says just based on true events. Like
what I mean? Again, you should. They can put that on the movie, and then you blame the people for not.
I know, but at 36 years old, I see that and I'm like, yeah. How close though? Because I never.
But still, I'm sorry, you can't. But what I'm saying, all I'm saying is, you can't put that on a movie. You can't say based on true events or based on a true story, and then blame your audience for being dumb.
I mean, I understand.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. No, but I've watched a lot of movies, and my friend, I have a friend Milo. He don't like to watch movies that are based on true stories because he knows how they end.
Right.
I like to watch movies on true events because it gives you more of an insight on it. Yes, I know that I've watched a lot of movies on historical events that I liked, and it's sad. But the fact is, I still learned something about that event.
You know, I gotta say though, dude, like I think that the most historically accurate movie, and I gotta say, if you haven't seen this movie, you need to watch it, is Inglourious Bastards.
Movie's not even close to being true.
I know.
You mean that's not a documentary?
That's not a documentary?
What?
Dude, I thought that was like shot for shot.
But see, that movie...
You're telling me they didn't kill Hitler that way?
But see, that movie's one of those movies that, like, if you walked away believing that, you are an idiot.
No, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
right.
They didn't try to make that look.
But it was badass. You wish that's how history went.
Absolutely. But it's not claiming like this movie. It's not like, walking into theaters and like, hey, we're trying to grab an Oscar with this movie.
Could you imagine, though? Could you imagine if that was historically accurate? Dude,
oh, God.
Dude, Aldo Rain or whatever his fucking name, Brad Pitt's character, would be a goddamn war hero. He'd be celebrated. There would probably be a holiday dedicated to that dude. Like, and everybody would probably run around like on that day with like fucking fake scars on their necks and like and carving swastikas into people's
Italian
heads.
would be spoken the way he speaks.
We'd all be running around with fucking scalps and shit. You know what I mean? Like
Nazis would never be spoken. It would be Nazis.
Nazis.
From now on.
Yeah, it would never be Nazi, but Nazis.
But no, I mean, I'm just saying that, like, movies like that, obviously, you can walk out of the theater and know that that wasn't historically accurate.
Right.
But that movie presents itself like Oscar worthy.
Yeah, and that's what it is. That's what
the difference is that, you look at
it don't matter because the whale's going to win.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Just because.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on. I think we've talked enough. I don't want to get too much into that because everybody's got their own opinions, and you know what? Everybody's entitled to those opinions.
Mine's right, though.
I do think
Yours is right.
I do think that we need to stop using Rotten Tomatoes as a source, though.
For what?
For
I just use their
scores.
Why?
What do you want to use? Meta? A whole bunch of stuff.
You want to use Metacritic?
Most people use. Does
Metacritic
is better?
Because
I've heard that Metacritic is a big one.
I was watching this video and they were talking about that, and the guy was saying that he don't think something's right with Rotten Tomatoes because Rotten Tomatoes, The Woman King, has 99% audience, 89 critic. But he said he was watching it and the numbers were going up for the audience views, and the rating 99% was just staying. And now that now Rotten Tomatoes doing that thing where they're for the Lord of the Rings thing.
People have always bought critic reviews.
Yeah,
they've always done that. So it's whatever.
Now they're not only buying critic reviews with the audience, they're filtering out the bad reviews.
I believe that. Yeah.
I think most places are going to have that to a certain extent.
So
yeah, you can't trust them.
Okay, so all right, well let's move on. So I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie Let the Right One In.
Yeah.
It's a remake of a.
I think they both had the same title.
No, one's called Let the Right One In. The other one's it's called something. It's minutely different somehow.
I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah,
it's about the little vampire girl and the little boy and blah blah blah. Well, they're making a series. I've already seen the trailer for it.
I don't think I've seen that.
And it's called Let the Right One In, and it's going to be on Showtime. And I don't know how many.
I didn't care for
episodes.
either one.
Honestly, though, well, this one's from the creators, or I think the producers or something like that of Yellow. I want to say Yellow Jackets and Dexter. I think. I'm not sure, but this show actually looks pretty good. I'm kind of interested in it because it doesn't
it's
just
better than the movies.
Well, it's definitely, like I said, sometimes a show needs to be turned into, and we're going to get into that later too, how a show needs to be, or a movie sometimes would benefit better from just being a show.
Sure.
And I think that they could do something cool with that because it kind of opens up the world and you can explore more of that world. So obviously there's more vampires in it, things like that.
I think that my problem with that movie is probably the same problem I had with like The Hunger. Like, she uses those people, I don't want to give too much away because he's not seen it, but like, if like how something's gonna end and it breaks your heart, why do you keep doing it?
Right. I understand, but
anyway,
I think I'm not saying that you have to check it out. Anybody out there who's interested or have seen those movies, check out the trailer. You might be interested in it.
Maybe I'll check it out.
It looks good. Also,
I wanted to like
a little bit back on Quentin Tarantino here.
Not the one that's here.
Not the one that's here. Not the Ducky Tarantino. The Quentin Tarantino.
If I stop showing up,
you won't.
There's no reason.
Yeah, she'll just be at the door. Like, damn it, she's here. All right, so
Ducky.
if anybody, I don't know who all here. I hope everybody here has seen Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah,
obviously.
Yeah.
Matt, are you fucking kidding me?
Quit messing with your keys, man. Everybody can hear it.
You've never seen Reservoir Dogs?
I've seen a little bit of it.
Oh, what do you mean a little bit of it? You've never seen Reservoir Dogs?
Why did you invite him?
I
decided I'm going to try to watch this. And I watched it, and I got about 5 minutes in, and I was like, I'm kind of bored.
Yeah.
Because you only watched 5 minutes.
Yeah, dude, you got to get into the movie, man.
Oh, my God.
It's a fucking classic. Anyway, it is celebrating its 30th anniversary with a blue...
I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I'm just saying I've never really been interested in watching it.
Whatever. All right, so it's celebrating 30-year anniversary with a 4K Blu-ray release. And I think I might actually buy that because I'm not sure I even have that one on Blu-ray, and I think I need to own it. I just thought...
Isn't it the Quentin Tarantino
it's probably already
it's
on
his first movie.
So, yeah, and you got posters in your living room of all the Quentin
Tarantino?
You got
Quentin Tarantino?
You got all his movies posted. So everybody knows you're a Quentin Tarantino fan.
Yeah, I love Quentin Tarantino.
I'm sure that's already on a list at my house somewhere.
Oh, boy. Also, if you have not seen the trailer for Dahmer, which is going to be on... Actually, it's on... I think it just came to Netflix today.
I haven't seen the review. I haven't seen the thing for it. I've seen it pop up and stuff, but I really liked the one that they had on... I forget which... I think it was on Netflix, too. It was My Friend Dahmer.
I think that was on Amazon.
Yeah. This one's this one isn't like a documentary or nothing. This is like a live action movie or show.
They did it with Jeremy Renner years ago.
Yeah, that movie wasn't. I mean, it was good. It was very unnerving.
That's what it's supposed to.
Yeah, I know.
I'm kind of done with my research on Dahmer.
That's what I'm over Dahmer.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm interested in this because it's got what's the dude's name from American Horror Story?
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. Like, I love him, but I'm over Dahmer.
I'm gonna watch it.
I'm gonna watch it too.
I'm excited.
When
for
I
it.
was really into serial killers for a while, and Dahmer was one of the ones I did a lot on. So I just don't
What's
really,
always interested me about Dahmer is that his parents stayed together for so long. He doesn't fit that typical serial killer trope.
Well, that was the thing too. Was whenever he was a young boy, he was murdering animals and burying them in the backyard and this and that. And then he had a normal childhood.
No, he wasn't burying them in the backyard. His dad gave him a little lab in the backyard. And,
is that what it was? Yeah, it was fucked up.
That's
and if anybody would know, it'd be Karen. Karen studied up on all
yeah,
that.
let me tell you.
and-
I'm telling you guys way too much already.
And my friend Dahmer, they mentioned that he had a little thing, and they actually, and my friend Dahmer though, his parents split up and left him in the house.
Yeah, but he was way older. Most
he was
kids,
still
like
in
when
his
that
teens.
happened,
Yeah,
like
he was
you
in
know,
his
in the
teens.
typical serial killer that happens in like prepubescent.
Okay, yeah. Because I don't know much about him. I just know from what I've seen on TV.
I could tell you a whole podcast.
Okay, so a little bit of other news. I posted this to our Twitter account, which apparently I spelled something wrong.
I wanted to edit it so bad.
And they're in talks of doing a Never-Ending Story remake.
No, that's not
Why?
what you spelled wrong.
Was it for?
It was for to watch the last
episode. Yeah,
listen to the last podcast.
Well, this one here's got me a little irritated because I fucking love. Actually, me and my kids just recently rewatched the Never-Ending Story, and I love that movie. I love the first movie. I don't really care for the second one or third.
I've never been a big fan. I mean,
No?
I get it. I get it.
I do. I love it. I love the music. I love the whole. I honestly
big-
love the whole. Have you watched it recently?
No, I'm just not a big fantasy. Like I never have been, even when I was a kid.
Yeah, but this is like
the only fantasy movie that I have any nostalgia, love, like I'm all about it for is Willow.
Well, that's another thing that's coming to Disney Plus too is the Willow TV show.
I'm not there though.
You're not?
I just like the movie.
I thought about rewatching Willow just to be like, all right, I'm ready for the show.
Yeah, but Mad Mardigan's not in it, and I know why. But like I like the movie.
I didn't like the Never-Ending Story.
I'm not gonna say I didn't like it.
Man, you don't like anything, man.
No, the reason I did not like it is because it's one of those movies that when I was in school, like whenever we had a free day, we watched that movie, and I just got real burned out on it.
Not me,
That's
man.
what
I love that movie.
I don't hate the Never-Ending Story. It's just
All I'm getting
like it.
at here is
It's not
Just
something
don't-
like
like
the song.
yeah. No, I don't even like the song. The song's not good. Never-Ending Story.
Oh God, no, he's singing.
No, it's like I'm not. Yeah, it's there. There are a lot of movies that I'll go. Oh, I don't like because I got burned out on them.
Right.
It's crazy. It's the same guy that sang "Too Shy."
Yeah, right. So they're talking about doing the remake, and I just if anybody at Disney is listening to me, I know you're not, but don't do it. Just leave it alone, man.
Quit your job.
Yeah, quit your job. If you are thinking about doing it,
Go somewhere nicer.
yeah, go somewhere nicer. Just don't do it, man. Just leave it alone. I know it's not confirmed yet, but god damn it.
I'll just go. I'm just gonna go back to what I said before. Leave the loved movies alone, and find something that nobody liked.
Right.
That really does need a remake, and go there.
Yeah, remake Song of the South. Nobody likes that movie. Do it with a white guy.
I think that's for different reasons, though.
I know.
Okay.
Do it with a white guy.
I can honestly say I've never seen that one.
Nobody has.
I know I've not seen it either because Disney won't re-release it for good reasons. For good reason. They glorify slavery.
Yeah, wasn't it really, really racist?
Isn't that where Uncle Tom comes from?
I think so. Yeah.
No, I think
yeah.
Uncle Tom comes from the book Uncle Tom.
No, but that's where they got it. Like they
Oh.
got it from the book, and then it became glorified through through the.
It's not a good movie. It very much glorifies slavery and
What
that.
about the He-Man movie? They could remake that because like the ending got really bad. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, but even that one's got a cult following.
It does have a cult following, but they could really do some good things with that.
Yeah, unlike that fucking shitty remake or that cartoon reboot that Kevin Smith did 2 years ago.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. I was talking about an actual live.
The live
But
one,
there again, they would probably fuck it up.
They'd fuck it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They would over CGI it.
Yeah,
I
probably.
think. With
Yeah.
the He-Man, they would over
Yeah,
CGI
they'd find
it.
some way to
Coming from the guy that just
maybe.
suggested a Alita Battle Angel. It's like heavy CGI, dude.
No, I actually mentioned that.
I think most of the movie is just CGI.
CGI and that was overpowering. There are movies that overpowers them. That, I don't think it was overpowered.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get there. Hold on. I got one more thing for news. I don't know if you guys have watched Reacher, the first season on Amazon. That show was fucking baller. I love that show. And they just started filming with an expanded cast, they said, season 2. So, but I love the guy who plays Reacher. What's his name? Richson. Something Richson. I can't remember his name, but he's awesome. He was in Titans. He played Hawk in Titans. So you don't know who he is. All right.
I'm not there. I have no idea.
I've seen pictures of him.
But if you haven't checked out the first season, I highly suggest you do that. All right. Yeah, dude, we can hear all that in the mic.
Wah.
He's becoming like a little brother, you know?
I've always been kind of a little brother.
All right. All right, let's move on to what have you guys been watching? Let's start out with Karen. Okay.
Well, okay, so I already told you guys I've been watching Only Murders in the Building, so I've still been watching that. 8mm.
Oh,
and I forgot how much I fucking love that movie.
The movie is pretty awesome.
You know, you told me that you were watching that, and I was saying I never watched. I haven't watched it in forever. It was Nicolas Cage, wasn't it?
Yeah, like I literally like
it was one of the few Nicolas Cage movies that isn't just like full Nicolas Cage, you know, like.
Well, okay, everybody complains about that, but like, it's just fucking Nicolas Cage. Have you guys like met him before? Like every movie is that way. Every movie is that way. That probably is the only movie that he's not full on Nicolas Cage in.
I really like Nicolas Cage in Con Air.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, even Raising Arizona, one of the first movies you ever see him in, he's fucking Nicolas Cage in that movie. And that, I mean, like, everybody's like, oh, he's fucking over the top. He's been that way since day one.
He's just always over the top.
But anyway, so like that.
I know a lot of people talk crap about him. I don't have a problem.
I love Nicolas Cage.
I will never talk shit about Nicolas Cage.
He is my favorite. I love him. I love him and everything he does.
No problem with him. Think he's a fine actor.
But yeah, like so.
No, he's bad.
We were talking about it one day last week or whatever, and Jeremiah's like, "You realize that's still in the cellophane, like it's still wrapped in the basement." I was like, "That's terrible."
Let's pop that cherry.
Yeah, so like we got it out, we watched it, and I forgot. Like this is like my favorite thing he says in the movie is "Dance with the devil. The devil don't change. The devil changes you." Fucking love that.
Yeah.
And then Machine when he says.
Machine's the killer, right?
Yeah.
The guy who played Drew Carey's brother in the Drew Carey show.
Mommy didn't abuse me. Daddy didn't molest me. The things I do because I like them.
I remember him saying that.
And it's like, oh, fucking creeper.
That's true. That's truly
it's just
sadism right there.
Yeah.
That's just...
And then like, you know, when he's talking to the lawyer and he's like, why did he want that movie? Like, why did he get it? And he's like, because he could.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, I think that movie resonated with me so much because not that I had like a sheltered childhood. Obviously I didn't, you guys know. But like that was the first movie that really awakened in me. Like, you know, we've talked about a little bit before about a Serbian film and that movie being made to kind of awaken people's eyes to what's going on over there.
Right, yeah.
That movie kind of awakened in me that like in America, if you have money, you can get whatever you want, and you're going to get away with it.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that movie kind of, for the first time in my life, really, I was like, holy shit, that's real. Like, that's a thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But anyway, not to bring anybody down. And then...
I'm depressed now.
I'm sorry. I'm going to end it on a high note, though. So, Matt, you inspired me. I watched It Came from the Desert.
Oh my God, you did?
Yep, 10 out of 10.
Oh, whatever.
First time
bad.
First time on this podcast, 10 out of 10, baby.
That
movie was amazing.
Like a 2? I think I said like a 2 or a 3.
No. Okay, so in all seriousness, for a cheese film, it's at least a 8.5.
Yeah, but I wasn't judging it on a cheese film. I was on trying to actually.
Hey, we're not doing 0.5s, remember?
Oh, yeah, we are.
Oh, we are now?
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
I'm going to make it a point to never do percentages ever again.
No, on a cheese film, come on, 8.5.
8.5.
The actors in that movie just made it so much worse.
That's the point. I think it's supposed to be a cheese film. But, okay, couple of things. When the dude said Scarlett Johansson.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah. He said Scarlett Johansson, not Johansson, Scarlett Johansson. Hilarious.
When with fuck? How old is this movie?
2017, and they had flip phones.
Okay, and
they had flip phones.
They did have flip
and
phones.
she said macking. Dude's macking on me.
Oh my god!
I was like, I literally looked up the movie because I was like, is this like 2009? They had flip phones. She said macking, and I was like, I paused the movie.
It was probably made. It was probably made in like 2005, 2006, and then like it took them 10 years to get it released.
Maybe, I don't know.
Like, come on, please just finance my movie.
It was great.
It was based on a game from the 1980s.
Okay, but I'm sure they didn't have cell phones in the 1980s, so...
No, I'm not saying that they did. I'm just saying, they waited a long time to do it.
I'm just saying, though, like, that's not a very good argument.
Well, also the turrets that they had. Like, they had flip phones, but the turrets...
Well, I mean, no, they weren't all that old, though.
No,
but
the
anyway,
turrets were
this
way
is
up
the
there.
last point I wanted to say. The Eradicator wanted to be fucking Bruce Campbell so bad it wasn't funny. Like, he kept saying, like, give me some sugar, baby.
Yeah.
And, like, groovy and shit. I'm like, okay, that's annoying. I hated that. I hated that.
Yeah, don't be stealing somebody's lines,
I hated
man.
that. But anyway, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
I hated it.
All right. Matt, what'd you watch this week, man?
Well, it came from the desert. I watched that.
Oh,
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
what'd you rate it at?
I rated it at a 2.
2? I mean, that's not completely bad.
Joseph, you have to watch it now.
No, I'm afraid to. Like,
The actors is what really threw me off. And then the
They were my
guy.
favorite.
There were so many lines in the movie that were really... Like the one guy, you said you didn't have another one. This dude goes, can I have a beer? Because this guy's carrying beers. And he goes, no, I don't have one. Finds out that the guy has one and then almost cries about it.
Where did you keep getting them from, though?
I think it was supposed to be pockets, yeah, but they never showed the pockets.
He had regular jeans on that weren't like cargo pants or anything. Like, where were they coming
No, they
from?
just kept coming. Yeah.
Sorry.
But yeah, the whole thing, the guy's all he wants is a beer, and he's so sad about.
He did-
I
he
can't
did
have a
look
beer.
like- yeah,
What the? Who cares?
He did
You don't
look
want a
very
beer
sad
at this
about it.
moment. Think
oh
about
boy,
it. And then that was about it.
that was it. That's all you watched this weekend. I watched that piece of shit.
I'm more into shows like I said. I've been watching Modern Family. I've been watching the heck out of SWAT. But
you
yeah,
said that last week.
yeah, I can't find a movie that just grabs my attention.
Movies are few and far between anymore these days. But all right, well, we finished the Terminal List with Chris Pratt on Amazon.
I heard that was supposed to be
that
really
show
good.
is like a fucking Punisher origin story, dude.
Yeah, I heard that it was real good, but a whole bunch of left-wing people were trying to say that it was horrible. But
Yeah.
it's because they don't like Chris Pratt.
They don't like Chris Pratt because he's Christian and he's kind of conservative and he's got conservative views, which, whatever. To each his own, man. He can be whatever the fuck he wants to be. He's a goddamn human being.
Not in Hollywood.
Because he was fat and he got skinny.
No, it's well,
kidding.
he does play a lot of like conservative type roles.
Yeah.
Very blue collar roles, shit like that.
Well, you know why I think they like him is because I even think liberals like him, and the reason is because he don't come out and do like what the liberals do.
He's never once
came
come out and said, "Hey, I'm a fucking conservative. Fuck you." Like,
Yeah, he's never.
just leave him alone, dude. Let him do his thing. I like his fucking movies. He's not annoying me any.
I've
I like
never
him.
Really seen a movie that he was in that was horrible. I think he's
Yeah.
a perfectly fine actor. He's a good actor.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
I just
He's
thought it was sad when him
and he's
Anna
married to Arnold
split up.
Schwarzenegger's daughter. How bad can he be?
Yeah.
I just thought it was sad when him and Anna split up. That was the only thing.
But he's married to Arnold's daughter, dude.
Yeah, but
And now, but he was with her first.
I
yeah.
don't know. I think Anna
That's
Faris
why
would get on my nerves.
wasn't that why
man.
he was on Parks and Recreation? He was on that for a while. He was dating her.
Yeah, while he was on.
No,
that.
they were married.
Yeah, they were married. They got a kid
Yeah, they
together.
were married before he was famous.
in the
Yeah.
show he was dating her.
She got him in Hollywood, I think, and then he dumped him.
No, they met on the set of
kidding.
movie
Calm
43, I believe.
No.
Yeah, they were in that together.
Yeah, they were, but they were married before that.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, moving on. It's a good show. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. It's got a lot of action. It's got a lot of cool shit, and it's a good show. It's a good flick. So check it out or don't. I don't give a fuck.
Jesus.
I don't know if I mentioned this last week, but we finished up the newest season of Cobra Kai. No, I didn't think so. I thought I missed it. But yeah, that show just like it doesn't get old, dude. Doesn't get old. Just a bunch of kids beating the shit out of their kids. Daniel LaRusso still a douchebag, and probably still, you know what I mean. And then Johnny, was bad. It's like everybody who was a bad guy is now a good guy, except for.
Yeah, see, that's what I heard was like,
except for like Silver and fucking what's his face, the main Cobra Kai guy. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen that, check it out. It's cool. There's like 5 seasons out now.
I think Jeremiah wanted to watch it. I have no interest. I didn't even like.
They're already filming season 6. So.
I didn't like Karate Kid. So.
I tried watching it. I got like 1 or 2 episodes in and just couldn't get into it. I was like, yeah.
That's all right. All right, and also we watched the first episode of Paper Girls, which is on Amazon also.
I think I wanted to watch that. Is it good?
I watched the first episode. It's interesting. Like, it's definitely interesting. It goes from like, I'll give you kind of the synopsis of the first episode. The first episode starts out with these girls. They're paper girls, obviously. And they wake up like butt crack early, like 4:30 in the fucking morning to deliver papers. And these 4 girls, they get chased down. It's like the day after Halloween or something. And then like something happens and blah, blah, blah. And they get like transported to the future somehow or another. Like, so they see their older selves and this and that. It kind of reminds me of them. I feel like they're trying to make a Stranger Things sort of show. Amazon is.
I'm waiting for all the spinoffs that are going to come from that.
It's not a spinoff. It's more
that's
like
what I mean, but
like so, a sort of like
that formula being
that formula, like you know,
for so many series just to come out that are that formula.
Well, Amazon's notorious for it too, because they even said with the Wheel of Time, they said they threw a bunch of money at it, said make us the next Game of Thrones, and so they came out with the Wheel of Time. So now I feel like this is like they're like threw a bunch of money at this, like make us a Stranger Things. You know what I mean? So, and I think that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get more viewership or whatever, and that's fine. If they do it well, then whatever, man. Like, I enjoyed the Wheel of Time; it was all right. And then I mean, this first episode we watched, and I mean, I liked it. It seemed pretty all right so far.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say much because the first episode's like 40 minutes, and I'm not. What do you get out of 40 minutes of a show that's going to extend on for another 8 episodes or whatever?
Sure.
But anyway, so that's what I've been watching. Let's move on. Let's move on. Sorry, that was really weird.
You and your voices.
I know, I got a lot of them. Man of many voices, faces, and yep.
I've only really known the one face.
The one face?
Yeah, just the one face.
The one face. All right, so this week we are talking about Alita.
Alita?
Alita.
I thought her name was just Alita.
Alita Battle Angel from 2019. This movie cost $170 million to make and made at the box office $405 million, which is a pretty good turnout, honestly. It pulled in over double its budget. It's directed by Robert Rodriguez, written by, I didn't know this until now, but written by James Cameron, which is pretty awesome, honestly. This movie comes in at 2 hours and 2 minutes. Stars Rosa Salazar, Christoph the Man Waltz, and Jennifer Connelly, Mahershala Ali. I love Mahershala Ali, man. They did him wrong. They did him wrong in this movie.
Who's Mahershala Ali?
He plays Vector. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I've seen him in a lot.
He's gonna be your new Blade.
You know, a lot of people complained about Alita having too much CGI, but Jennifer Connelly looked way more plastic. They should have really backed off.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
No, that wasn't CGI on her.
You're
That's
right.
Really just how she looks now?
Probably. I don't know.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. That's just how she looks now.
Yeah, she does. She looks very fucking
like
plastic.
She really should back off of the plastic.
I even made it a point to say, after all the cast and so many more fucking people, because this cast is fucking stacked. Like, there's not only you got your 4 main leads there, but then you also got fucking what's his face? I can't remember his name.
Zephyr?
I don't know.
Oh, are you talking about Nova?
I don't know their names, man.
Nova is Edward Norton.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's Edward Norton. He's got a very small role, but he's like a main player in the movie.
Doesn't matter if it's a small role. It's Edward.
Right. Well, I think they also planned on sequels. They were going to do sequels.
I hope they do.
No, I don't think they're going to. I think that.
Well, that sucks.
That's what
they always make the bad.
Oh
they always take the bad movies that make
Ye of little faith.
Oh my god. Anyway,
well, is this stuff more
Jesus
stuff? You got?
fucking Christ.
Chill out, Karen. Damn,
It's
Karen.
okay.
Okay, so there's a lot of people in this. And what's his fucking name? He tried to be Freddy Krueger.
Fucking Jackie Earle Haley.
Yeah, Jackie Earle Haley. He's in there. There's a bunch.
He was that big motherfucker. Wasn't
Yeah, yeah. You can tell by his stupid voice. I hate that voice that he tries to do.
Oh, the big robotic dude.
Yeah, and I hate that because he did that for Freddy Krueger too, and I hated it.
I didn't like the new Freddy Krueger movie. I'm sorry, but
Nobody liked it.
Nobody. Well, also because they never said in the original that he was a child molester. He wasn't a child molester. He was a child killer.
I can give you a whole thing.
Yeah,
about
let's not go there. We've
already.
Yeah, maybe we'll dedicate a whole podcast to just talking about Freddy Krueger
series.
Yeah,
and I can give you everything you want to know.
So first off, I gotta say, dude, why are there so many fucking people missing limbs?
Because I think it's just the world that they live in. Their jobs are dangerous and stuff. Also, wouldn't you just take off an arm if you could have a robotic one?
No. No.
We covered this in Grandma's Boy, remember? That's not a normal thing.
That's not a normal thing.
Nobody just wants robot legs.
Right.
Remember?
Right. I don't want robot legs.
Because if you really say, though, if you listen to it, they're talking about how dangerous the world is.
Yeah, he talks about, like, at the factory, everybody works at the factory, and people could lose limbs there. And then
I don't remember him saying that.
He said at the beginning when they walk out, and he talks about the factory. And because she asked,
they never even show inside the factory.
They don't. But
I want to see it.
She asked some question, and he said something about the factory being dangerous. And then he talks about what the fuck was that game?
Rollerball,
rollerball, or whatever,
which is awesome. Or no, not motorball. It's motorball.
Motorball.
Yeah.
So people do it for that. They get rid of limbs because they want to, do that.
Understandable, but then you got people because I noticed it. Right at the beginning of the movie, everybody's walking through the streets. Like, pretty much everybody in the street's missing a limb or two. And I'm like, why?
I think it's just because it's...
I wrote it down thinking, well, they're going to explain this later on in the movie, I'm sure.
You know
and
what?
they never really did.
You know what, though? Even if it's not just for, factory or, whatever reasons.
There are probably people in the crowd that do it just for looks.
But think about it. That's probably, maybe even in their world, their version of, the nose ring. Tongue ring.
You can't even compare an entire metallic arm to a nose ring.
Sure you can.
Oh, for fuck's
sake.
sake.
You can. Body modification.
Maybe I shouldn't have wrote that note down because I don't understand it.
Dude, also...
Body modification.
You've seen, what was it? Repo.
Yeah.
Once you start messing with people's bodies, they're going to start doing things as, metal arms and stuff like that.
I'm telling you, it's body modification to the nth degree.
It's
people...
strong...
if people can do it, and I mean, okay, the nose ring used to be taboo, and then, everybody started doing it. So then the next thing people put holes in their chin.
Yeah.
So then, that's not taboo anymore because everybody does it. Well, then let me just lop off an arm and put on a fucking robot one.
I mean, I guess maybe.
It's the progression.
Pretty extreme.
It is extreme, but I mean... 20 years ago, nobody would have a hole in their chin.
Yeah, also, but when people split their tongue and stuff nowadays. People tattoo their eyeballs. Come on.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean...
tell me this. How the fuck does that kid's bike stay up?
That's one thing I didn't even bother to think about, because that's where I said, I like the world, but
that bike got on my fucking nerves. That drove me more nuts than the missing limbs.
Unicycle?
Yeah, but he gets off of it like it's a fucking...
you mean when he gets off?
Like it's a quad, yeah. Like he just, he's pulling on it and shit, to climb up the damn thing. It's one tire. How does that thing not fall over?
Maybe he has a tiny guy on the other side holding it up.
Oh, yeah, for the CGI reasons.
I don't fucking know.
Fuck. It drove me nuts. Of all the things in this movie that could be, explained away... This cannot be explained away.
I guess for me that since it was so this whole futuristic thing, I didn't the disbelief for me was
I guess there is a whole city floating in the sky.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The disbelief for me was easy. Like you said, a city floating in the sky, the bike was the least of my concerns.
I mean, you got a point, I guess, but it just I saw that I'm like, why? How does it not fall over?
It didn't bother me in the least.
No. Yeah, that's one of the things I saw, and I was like, I kind of wondered, how does that do it? But it was also one of the things, I just liked the way the world was
You know
set
what
up.
did bother me? Dr. Ito's weapon.
Oh yeah, I wrote that down.
Awfully fucking unwieldy.
It's very clunky.
You know what it reminds me of? And you've never played Fallout, have you either?
I played a little bit of it.
A super sledge.
It reminds me of the hammer from Halo.
And in Fallout, there's a game called a super sledge. There's a sledgehammer with a motor, with a jet engine on it.
That's pretty much what... okay, so in Halo, there's a giant hammer, and you pretty much smash the ground.
Is it a gravity hammer?
Yeah, it's like a gravity hammer or whatever.
That thing, too.
But like that hammer, I'm like, he's using it, and the thing's like... It looks like he's having trouble holding it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
and he's like walking around with it like, I'm like, he's such a small dude.
Like, there are so many other things, dude. Like a machete.
Yeah, I mean, like maybe if he had like you said, like metal arms or something. And
he is a fucking genius, right? Like you could literally design almost anything. Or hey, how about
your own mech suit, dude?
You could take that whole thing you've got there, and maybe like make something that swings it for you. Right. I don't know.
I know it's got a little jet engine on the back.
Yeah, anything than what you've got going on, because it's very unwieldy, very impractical.
He's a genius. Maybe the handle don't have any weight.
It looked very heavy.
It did. It looked very clunky.
You can still have
like she swung it with no problem, but like even when he came down during that fight between her and the big guy, he came down that well with the hammer, like down that hole, and he looked like he was having trouble running with that hammer.
Yeah.
I'm like, see now somebody who's supposed to be like this hunter killer what do they call him? Hunter warrior. Somebody like that, I'm like, dude.
Which seemed to me also that name, like, it's extra.
It is very extra.
Yeah, it could have been Hunter. It don't need to be
Hunter or warrior.
Or warrior. Or
well, also, if
or just, I don't know, like citizen police.
Citizen, yeah, I mean, anything Hunter warrior just seemed...
saying how he came down to the bounty hunter place. These apparently you don't have to do anything to get a license to be a hunter warrior, or except for just fill out some paper.
Yeah, she just walked in and walked back out like, I'm a hunter warrior now. Like, all right, like that was easy.
She literally looks 9. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. Have at it. Don't die.
No, I didn't get the weapon.
I didn't. That was one of my biggest gripes too. Was that fucking weapon? Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna bash on this movie the whole time because honestly, I thought this movie, the second viewing for this movie was a lot better than the first.
I liked.
This was my first time watching it.
I like I said, you'll find out when I love the movie. I think it's a good movie. It gives you a nice.
Well, that would explain why you picked it.
Yes, but also it is one of the only movies that I've ever watched that made me. Well, no, it's okay. It's happened before. But it is one of the movies that basically I found out this book, it was based on a book.
Yeah, it's based on a manga.
Manga.
Yeah.
Manga. I think it's manga. I don't know.
Tomato.
Yeah, exactly.
The last time I watched it, afterwards I looked for the manga.
I'm not good at that Japanese stuff, so I'm going with manga.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm good with too.
It's not.
Yeah, it was one of the movies that I saw and decided I wanted to look for the book too. It's not called Alita.
No, I'm looking up how to say manga.
Yeah, it's
I forget what it's called.
I don't remember what it's called. I know it's not called Alita. So that was I think the hammer was probably my biggest gripe. That hammer really drove me nuts watching him hold it. Let's see here. What else we got? So the motorball thing I thought was an awesome fucking sport. And I think that they should make that a real sport. Not the I'm talking about like the street motorball that they were playing.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Like that's something you could definitely do in like at like a skate park or something.
Well, see,
and how hard would it be to put a little motor on your fucking blades, dude, and just like be able to?
There's some other things at the beginning that I have like issue with. Okay, her body was laying there for 300 years. There was no trash on top of it.
No, it wasn't laying there for 300 years. She had just been recently thrown out. It wasn't that she was laying there for 300 years.
Yeah.
I thought her whole body. I thought
no.
her body was laying there. For
no, they just said that she was 300 years old.
Because I thought she got knocked off on the.
No, they had just dumped her.
No, you seen where they threw her away because he's seen.
Is that her?
He heard it fall, and that's when he turned around.
Yeah, they just said that she is 300 years old.
I didn't notice that was her.
It's manga.
It's manga.
Okay. I had no idea that was her. I didn't notice it was her. But then also the body that they put on had awesome design on it.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
Swirly, yeah.
The designs and the designs
one that he
and
made
thing,
for his daughter.
Yeah.
That was cool. But yeah, I didn't like when I seen the first scene that had them dropping. I was like, do you see her?
I think that was sort of like that was like a foreshadowing of like she was just dumped.
Okay, because I didn't see her fall. Then I guess it does make sense that she didn't have stuff.
See, I think that the movie would benefit from a sequel, and I said this, and this goes along with what I've said before and what I said earlier, that this movie would benefit greatly from just being a show. Like an HBO series.
Yeah, well, I would watch
something like a.
I don't remember if I have this in here for trivia, but this is like we're already talking about it, so I'm just gonna go with it. I don't think I have it. Well, I don't think I have it. Well, I kind of do, sort of, but like so James Cameron wrote the screenplay. Right. We already talked about that. James Cameron was the one that wanted to direct it. He wanted to be this was supposed to be his baby. This was supposed to be his, but he got caught up with the whole Avatar thing.
I think it would have been better if he had done it.
Well, he got caught up with the whole Avatar thing, and the reason that there's no sequel is because he's too fucking busy with Blue Pocahontas.
Yeah.
To
forget fucking freaking out.
That's what I'm saying.
Avatar is Dances with Wolves in space.
Because Dancing with Wolves was awesome.
That's true.
It was a great movie.
It's Blue Pocahontas.
It is. It's Blue Pocahontas.
So anyway, like nobody gives a fuck about your Avatar. Can we please get the sequel to this going? There was supposed to be, I think it was 4.
4 of these? Mm-hmm. Instead, we're getting 4 or 5 more Avatars?
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but dude, like, I know Josh, buddy, I know you really like Avatar and everything, but they're not good. It's not good. I mean, it's okay.
It's not an original
story. But I've watched it twice, and both times I'm like, meh.
I've never seen it, and I really don't plan to.
It's not that great.
I'm not down for
this
it.
movie was honestly better than Avatar.
The best part in the first one was Sigourney Weaver.
Oh, Sigourney Weaver. Well, that and Sam.
She's the best part of most anything she's in.
Right? Yeah, she's pretty amazing.
But yeah, no, that's the reason. Just so everybody's on the same page, we can just go ahead and get that out of the way.
All right,
well, screw that.
Yeah.
Avatar is the reason.
I want Alita Battle Angel too, not Avatar.
There was supposed to be. They left it open for a sequel for a reason, and then James Cameron screwed the pooch.
Fuck that guy. Fucking, he's just like, blue aliens, that's so hot. Not little robot girls, you fucking weirdo.
And actually, it turns out she was not a little girl.
I know, she's like 300 years old.
Well, no, she's also, like, her body, actually, when they put the one, she's like 22 or something. She looks adult. She don't look like a little kid.
I didn't see that when they said, "Oh, she's a lot older than you thought she was," and like you kind of see her age a little bit. Yeah. And then when she wakes up, I'm like, she looks exactly the same.
She's a little bit more filled out, I would say. Like in
her body, maybe, but her face is exactly the same.
Yeah, her face is exactly the same.
Well, I didn't think her face looked 12.
I didn't think her face looked 12 either.
She was supposed to be like a 16-year-old girl or something like that, a 16 or 17-year-old girl. Because I think she was supposed to be represented as like more of like his daughter, sort of. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, she's like a surrogate now, right? I mean, basically, that's what it is.
That's what it is. But anyway, so I want to talk about Alita because, dude, this bitch is badass. I love her character in the show, in the movie, and the girl that they got to play Alita. I've seen her.
She absolutely brought it to life.
Oh, 100%. For sure, dude. She was a killer in it. She had the charm. She was sweet. She was funny.
I have to say, one of the best things I liked about her designs is that they decided to do with the big eyes.
Oh, I love that.
Because when I look like at people,
and I think that was a design choice because in the manga. She has big eyes in the manga, everybody does. So I think that they wanted to stick with that to like, I don't know. I don't remember exactly why, but I know that they had that in there for a reason. Yeah. And I'm sure you got trivia on that.
It looked cool, I think.
So, but nice. Her fight scenes are awesome. They're well done. There's a couple CG parts where I'm like, a little sketchy. But like just a couple of like where you can tell it's definitely CG. I love that
fight scene in the bar.
Oh yeah, it was awesome. Like a hunter warrior. And it's so funny because you never see her really get her ass kicked except for by the big guy in the sewer.
Well, but I mean, honestly, like.
But that was before she had her berserker body.
All those motherfuckers in that fucking.
They got their asses, yeah.
And she's the only one that's willing to go down there. And like, I mean, she didn't get her ass kicked. She showed she had fucking balls.
That's true.
McTeague went down there.
That's true, yeah. The guy with the dog.
McTeague.
Yeah,
McTeague is awesome.
That's not McTeague. That's Job from the Lawnmower Man.
It is Job. You're right.
Boom.
I knew I fucking knew
I'm
that guy
talking
from
about what he
somewhere.
was in this movie. McTeague
No, that's just Job many years later. He took on a new name.
Job.
Either way, McTeague
He became
is awesome.
he became a bounty
I
hunter.
like his little line he said when the guy ran off with dogs. He wasn't a dog lover. I hate that.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. He just loves his dogs, man. So, and I also want to say that the lore in the movie, for like between, it can be so much thicker. Like I said, this is where it would definitely benefit from being a series. They could really dive into the lore of the world. Like,
yeah, I mean, if James Cameron isn't gonna like come back for it, then let somebody else take it.
I think that they should try to do a series.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Okay, at least
spin it off of the movie
let
if
somebody
you want
else
to.
take it as a movie or a series. Like, I don't care how it goes. Let somebody else take it. If you're not gonna fucking do anything with it, then let somebody else take it.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. The first time I watched this movie, I was kind of like, it was good. It's a good action flick. But I think watching it, and this is what I get from all of these podcasts, all these shows, is I have to take notes on it, so I have to pay more attention, and I get to critique it more.
That's what I realized. Like when I first did this,
yeah.
I didn't take notes, and then I realized when I did the notes on the second movie that I was paying more attention to what's going on in the movie.
And honestly, it made me appreciate this movie a lot more the second time than I did the first time. So, like watching it, I'm like, I'm like looking for like the flaws and things like that, and I'm like, but I can't really find a lot. Like, there's a lot about this movie that, it's not perfect by any means, but there's a lot to the movie that's worth praising.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, it's heavy in CGI, and
But honestly,
but how do you build a world like this without CGI?
Yeah, and okay.
I don't think the CGI was overpowering at all.
No,
I kind of thought
here's
it
what I
was
would say.
in areas.
But no, I mean, I don't think it was either, and I'll tell you why. Because it's exactly what you would think a place like that would look like.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I get, and this is what I said. I know why they need the CGI.
I don't think that you can call the CGI overpowering when that's exactly what you would expect it to look like.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why I'm saying it was not overpowering at all. It looked exactly what I would think it would look like. And
I mean,
also, I'm glad that they showed the outside world. I would have lived outside the wall myself.
oh, and like what they call it, the outer, or the
They
nether
called
world,
it the Badlands.
the Badlands. I thought they called it like.
But then they go to like this beautiful like waterfall.
Oh, yeah,
and I'm
yeah,
like,
it was
dude,
gorgeous.
just build a house right there. Like,
when they were leaving, they even really showed you what it seemed like they were using land for, just agriculture.
yeah, right. Which is okay. Hell,
Yeah,
leave the
sure.
planet alone, dude.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
That's true.
it just makes you wonder where they mine all their minerals and shit from for all the mech shit that they build and everything. Like, you have to have minerals and things like that to build that shit.
Unless they figured out how not to use the fucking minerals. I mean,
I don't know, maybe. But, dude, whenever she puts on that Berserker suit, dude, that thing's badass. I was like, now that's... I love the design of that.
I liked when he said he would never do it. I was like, you're going to.
Oh, of course he is.
I mean, you're going to.
You're gonna, well, yeah, because he's going to at one point. He has to, and I like the fact that they made the other body get totally destroyed is the reason they had to.
But see, like, I mean, even if it wasn't going to get totally destroyed, even in my head, I was like, you're going to.
Yeah,
like, there's going to be a time when you're going to. Like, it's not going to matter.
Yeah.
That Vector guy, though. He wanted to be Blade so bad. It wasn't funny.
He is
Dude,
Blade.
when there was a part in the car.
No, I mean, like, he wanted to be Wesley Snipes' Blade. You know what I mean? Like, he wanted. That's what I'm saying. Like, I was just sitting there and I was like,
where the girl gets into the car.
Did you guys hang out? Like, did you take notes? I mean,
we're cousins.
Oh, okay, that explains it.
I seen the guy sitting in the car, Vector, and
the first time I saw him, I'm like,
I went
Blade.
And that's why I went. What is that guy's name? Because he looks a lot like Blade.
It's a good thing that he's playing Blade then.
Yeah, like the door opened up and I knew who he was, you know. Yeah. But like
I
the
knew
door
he looked familiar.
Honestly, he is a perfect pick to play Blade.
The door opened up and I was like, what? He's not in this movie.
Yeah. I didn't see Wesley Snipes on the cast.
There's vampires too.
This movie just got 100% better.
One thing about Alita, I never could stomach all the damn vampires. Oh, that's so funny. But look, this one thing bugs the shit out of me, and it bugs me in any movie, any TV show. It's a trope that just gets on my fucking nerves. when they get to like the sad part of the movie, right? Somebody gets hurt, somebody dies, somebody whatever, right? Yeah. And like the kid, what's his name?
Hugo.
Yeah. So like he gets hurt or whatever, and this is my fault. When clearly it's not.
Right.
Clearly it's not.
Yeah,
you did nothing.
Okay, so like they give him a mech body, right? And this fucking retard's like, I'm gonna climb this giant hose line.
Well, this was before. This was before he did it. This was when he got the mech suit. Like when the dude killed him, that fucking hunter warrior guy killed him, and then the doctor fixed him, and he's laying on the table, and she's sitting there talking to the doctor, and she's like, "This is my fault. How the fuck is this your fault? Please explain this to me."
Who, the lady?
Yeah, Alita. Like she's like, "This is my fault.
Oh yeah.
How is this your fault? How is any of this your fault?"
Right, yeah, you just came...
You woke up.
Yeah, you woke up, dude.
Like,
Like, obviously, there's a bigger problem out there. You are just simply trying to solve it.
Yeah, like, I cannot stand that trope.
I hate that
shit. Unless
in
she
any
thinks
TV
it's
show, movie, I cannot stand that.
Unless
I can't
she thinks
take
maybe
it.
it's her fault because he was with her.
But that's dumb. That's I cannot.
All she did was try to. All she did was give him a bigger heart and help him become a better fucking person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's all she did. If he sacrificed himself doing that, that's on him. And you know what? No, that's good character development. The fact that the fucker died is his own fault.
Well, no,
that was his fault.
And the whole reason that he even got killed to begin with was because of his own actions before he even met her.
Not technically.
Everything that he did prior to that put him in that position.
That is very true, yeah.
Not really, because if you remember, Zephyr walked past them and didn't even give him a look. I think what she's saying by "it's my fault" is he was her backup and basically at the bar, and he basically he's going after Hugo because of Aaliyah. Zephyr is.
Well, yeah, but either way, though, man, like, it's still...
No, how can you even say that, though? Because he says, he's her backup. He's nobody's backup. He's not her backup.
No. He had to call her. Whenever he's being chased down by the hunter.
He is not her backup.
I didn't mean backup, but he's there as, like, a gut. He as a partner.
He can't do a damn thing for her.
I know. I'm just
maybe fix her a little bit.
That's
what Ito's for.
She is treating him like he's backup, though. She was treating him like he's backup.
No, I think she wanted to show off. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm serious. Like, he can't do shit for her.
I think she knew that, but
she also. Let's just put it like this: I did not like his character.
No,
he was okay at first, and then you're like, you see him kind of going back and forth with the whole. Am I gonna keep doing this to get up to go up to that stupid city, wherever they call it?
Well, I didn't realize I didn't like him until just now.
Yeah,
because
I didn't like him.
I usually get a little like weepy.
Did I want him to die?
But then he died, and I was like, meh.
I understand that he was part of the movie, but like I think they could have done something. They could have done it.
Well, I don't. Also, it's not even.
No, I don't think so because
that's part of her development too.
Yeah, exactly. He's there for her development as a character.
Well, Also, the whole thing is, I don't understand why anybody wants to go to a city. They put that little jewel in your head, and you basically become Nova's cell phone.
Nova's cell phone. You're like a walkie-talkie for that fucking guy.
That's hilarious.
Like, that was my whole thing. I would never want to go up there. I don't want to be a cell phone.
But I don't think you had to have it, though, because Vector didn't have one.
But still, I was
gonna say, you don't have to have one of those to be
maybe he was
his
in
cell
roaming.
phone. Yeah, maybe he was in roaming.
Well, because the doctor says he pulled his out. That's why Nova couldn't go into him. But still,
I think Nova can use those people to see, and then maybe people who let him in. I don't know that. Maybe that's a.
I don't think Vector was ever up in that city.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like maybe that's a or like something that's maybe explained in the manga.
Maybe, yeah.
Like because Vector didn't have a jewel, so...
Yeah, because there's a lot of unanswered questions with the movie itself, like the story and the plot. Like, what was the battle on the moon?
Which maybe would have been explained with the fucking sequel.
Exactly. Like, what was... Like, who was... what's his name? Not Vector. The Nova. Like, what was his whole role? What was so bad about it? What did he do bad?
Why were the warriors...
What was the war about?
Her warriors.
Yeah, her warriors.
What were they doing?
What were they doing? Where did they come from? You know, what was the point
What
of
was
all
their
of it?
original intent? What were they?
I know, but that's what I'm saying is like, where did they all? What happened to where this?
That they were fighting with them. Why?
Right, exactly. What they were fighting about and all that.
Yeah.
So, and that's a lot of
What
things.
if Alita's people were the bad people and Nova's the good guy?
No, it's not.
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Definitely not setting it up that way.
Wouldn't that be the craziest?
That would be
twist,
a good twist, though.
You get like to the part 4 and you realize you've been back in the bad guys.
Do you know how many people would fucking rage quit that series? Like, nope, I'm done. Fuck that. I mean, that's essentially what they did with Game of Thrones. Season 8, dude. They did that with Daenerys Targaryen. They said, nope, she's a bad guy now. All right, I'm fucking done then.
I never watched it, so I don't know. I just know a lot of people were pissed.
Oh, yeah,
it's because the last 3 seasons sucked.
No, just the last season.
I heard a lot of people were just pissed because of the last season. It had nothing to do with any of the other seasons.
Yeah, the last
really.
season was really bad.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so anyway, let's see here. Let's see what other notes I got.
What is wrong with you tonight?
So I said Alita's very charming and sweet. Her positivity is the best part of the movie, which is true.
I agree.
She was just like, a fucking bright light in a dark room.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So-
She really was.
She was just about, this is all new. I want to learn about it.
And as a father, I gotta fucking step up and say, Ito's a badass. That dude is awesome.
No
He is the
doubt.
sweetest fucking dude, and I love Christoph Waltz already.
Perfection.
But the way he's showing, like the first scene where he's like showing her oranges.
Yeah.
And I'm
like,
like,
she took the bite and she's like,
yeah. So like just stuff like that. I'm like, and as a dad, I'm like, huh.
I think what's funny is he didn't even tell her. Or peel it for her. He
just gave it to her. And I think in the back of his mind, like, let's see what she does with this. And she straight just took a bite out of it.
No, I mean, I think that would be everybody's kind of first reaction.
Yeah.
Like for a little kid, your first reaction would be to peel it for him, right? Like that's just your human reaction is like, oh, this kid doesn't know how. But like, if to a big person, you're just gonna hand it to him. Like that's just your.
There you go. Yeah, like you think.
Yeah, you don't think about they don't know. So he just handed it to her and she's like
My whole thing though with the whole when she does take a bite of it and she
it's so funny.
She was a very charming part.
She wouldn't
They're both
taste.
Huh?
She wouldn't taste it.
Oh fuck. Here we go with this again.
All right. Here's where we go. Here's where it starts.
Okay, yeah, because I don't know.
Okay, so for anybody, all right, listen.
She is
so for anybody out there,
the nerve endings,
listen,
the taste buds, and all that stuff.
For anybody out there, they had this argument before we even started the show that Alita is. Matt says she can't taste or feel or anything like that because she's a robot, whereas Karen says that she is a cyborg, and cyborgs can feel and taste and things like that. Correct?
Correct.
No, they can't because they're robots.
But I mean, I don't know. I'm not a fucking scientist, so cyborgs are supposed to be able to feel and taste and things of that nature.
A cyborg is a being with both organic,
the brain. That's the only thing that's.
They could have skin too, actually,
and biomechatronic body parts. What was that noise?
I think it was my.
The term was coined in 1960. We don't care about that. Cyborg is not the same as robotic or android. It applies to an organism that has restored function or enhanced abilities due to the integration of some artificial components that rely on some sort of feedback. While cyborgs are commonly thought of as mammals, including humans, they might also conceivably be any kind of organism.
Okay, but listen.
Okay,
there are still reasons she can't feel. She is a cyborg. Okay, but she does not have human flesh. All she has is a human brain. Therefore, she cannot feel because her body is metal.
Yeah, but dude, you don't know how advanced her body is or what kind of nerve endings she has in that body.
And I thought about that. I was like, that it could make sense because no, I did. I thought it does make sense that she would be able to feel because she does say the body is like it's alien tech.
Right, yeah.
So yeah, okay, after that part she could feel and stuff, but she will still it's just I don't care if she's a cyborg. She still cannot feel and stuff. She's a robot.
No. She's a cyborg.
Cyborg, robot, android, all the same freaking thing.
Nope.
Not
Maybe,
fully
I don't
human.
know, dude. That's kind of like saying
not
a
fully
squid
human,
and a fish are the same
But not
thing.
fully robotic.
If all you got is a human brain, you're not a human. Because that might not even been...
How do you know her tongue wasn't part of it?
Because when they show Zephyr's face getting cut off, it's just a piece of flesh hooked to metal.
Yeah, that was Zephyr, though. When they showed her brain, she still had a spinal cord.
They didn't show her brain.
Yeah, they showed her brain. He said, here's your brain, a human brain.
That was
it
the
still
X-ray.
had her spinal cord. Yeah, they still had her spinal cord attached.
Yes, but when in the movie where he picks up her body, you can see her spinal cord. It's not bone.
That part of it. At the bottom.
All right, so let's just agree to disagree. So anyway, we're moving on now from the cyborg robot debacle.
I just want to say...
This is not going to end, is it?
It's going to be a thing because I have...
You got somewhere to be?
No, not at all.
I will say that I can see where she can feel stuff because she's she's alien tech, so I can see where she can feel. But I don't like the fact that I don't like it when they do that with robot movies. Like they try to make robots seem like they have feelings and stuff when they don't, and I don't like the fact that they do that. Also, I don't like the fact that they put a love story in the movie. I get so tired of movies with love stories.
Let me ask this question, just for the sake of argument here. She has a human brain, right? Where do your feelings come from?
Your heart.
Your heart? No, my blood comes from my heart.
I agree. My feelings come from my brain.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that I've been taught throughout life that tells me what's right and wrong or what makes me feel good or bad isn't taught to my heart. It's taught to my brain.
My rationale, my thoughts, my feelings.
Everything that you
emotions.
think, do, say, how you act, your mannerisms, the way you walk, that all comes from your brain. The only thing that your heart does is, and I hate to break everybody's hearts out there, in a manner of speaking, but it just pumps blood. That's all it does. It pumps blood to the brain, yes, but your heart doesn't do anything but
then
that.
What you're saying, basically, right there, what you're saying is love is a taught emotion, then. So love's not real.
That is very true, yes. Yes,
love's
it is
not
a
a
taught
real
emotion.
No,
So then she still wouldn't be able to feel it.
No, love is a taught emotion.
Is it in her
taught
programming?
by learning someone's likes, dislikes, getting to know somebody. I mean, and that's...
Matthew.
Will you quit messing with your mic?
Leave that mic alone.
Your heart is just an organ. It just pumps blood.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's just... again, it's going too far. I was talking about the robot thing. Okay, I didn't look at her as a cyborg. I looked at her as a robot because it was, to me, she was a robot, not a cyborg. And that's just the thing is, when it comes, again, I have strong feelings against robots not having feelings and stuff.
Let's put it like this, Matt. While watching the movie, would you have cared if she died or lived?
Well, yeah, because she's the main character.
Exactly. Character, which implies that she is somewhat living. You have to care about her, right? She has some kind of personality and whatnot, all that good stuff. You would care about her personal being. Therefore, I would say that she has feelings. She can feel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it doesn't matter. I'm done trying to explain it to you guys.
I get what you're saying. She's a robot, but whereas she's technically a cyborg. And there is a difference between
What makes you human is a soul.
Okay, yes. I mean,
She does not have a soul.
You can make that argument.
Yeah. She's not human. That's for sure.
You can make that argument because I don't know if the soul comes from the brain or whatever. I don't know where that comes from,
Yeah,
but I'm just saying.
That's where my main thing is. She does not have a soul.
I like to think she does, but
I would like to think so too, because I would have to think that my soul comes from my consciousness, which is my brain.
If I would say in a realm of,
that goes right back to that because a lot of people actually.
I don't believe in what you guys believe in or anything. I don't even believe in souls and all that. But I will say that if there are souls, then I would say that she has one because only a person who could feel and understand has a soul.
I would say it belongs in your consciousness, which belongs in your
brain.
Well, I can
That's
say
just me.
Another thing, I'm not going to say it.
I'm not getting deep into that. I'm just saying if there is a soul, it lies in your consciousness, which is your brain.
And that's what a lot of people think, and that's fine. I can see where, and yeah, that's possibly where your soul is. But also, you are given soul by only one person.
Sure. And he put it here.
By that person.
Her brain would have been.
No, not necessarily. They don't ever say where her brain came from.
It was a human brain. Only one person creates humans. If you're going there.
Yeah, but in that.
Oh boy, it got real biblical
I'm just
in here.
saying.
And in that movie, though, they could also have, because it's so far in the future, learn how to grow biomass.
Sure, but we don't know that. We don't know that.
See what I mean? It should have been a fucking series.
Yeah, then we would know.
Yeah.
Then we could have
They could
that.
explain
then
these things.
Be right.
You could build a whole world around
then
it.
I would be able.
Then you could make
if
that
I knew
argument.
a little bit deeper into it, then I could say, okay, yeah.
To all of you out there who are listening, all 6 of you, please, if you have us on Twitter, get on and let us know what you think. Does she have a soul? Is she a cyborg robot? Does she have feelings? Can she feel, hear? Or well, obviously she can hear.
We didn't read the synopsis. I'm pretty sure in the synopsis it clearly said she's a cyborg.
We didn't read the synopsis. Yeah, I forgot all about that.
Clearly says she's a cyborg, but I didn't think anything about cyborg. I do cyborgs have human parts, but it's still, the one thing is she had a metal body.
Okay.
Okay, but let me tell you this. When she's playing motorball, and he's like, "Dude, hey, those guys out there on the track want to kill you," and she just looks at him all like, "Okay," and she fucks them all up.
Motorball, like that sounds like a dirty game. I'm just saying.
It sounds like a stupid game, really. It just sounds dumb.
It sounds like a dirty game.
But dude, she fucks him up, and then still goes on to save her boyfriend.
The one thing about that is, do you notice when he talks to those guys, they're all like got more human, but then when they all go out and think they're all more robot?
Well, yeah.
He somehow detached their face and put it onto a robot body in no time.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess a couple of them were like more robotic than they were originally in the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the Hunter Warriors or whatever.
When he talks to them, a lot of them have like maybe a robotic arm or a little bit of robot, or that girl who has the thing sticking out of her head. Bolthead.
Yeah, Bolthead. Was that her name?
They did, when they came out, they were all robots except for the face, and the one guy had his chest.
So explain this to me though, because okay, so she leaves the arena, right? She darts out of the arena and gets across crown and again. So all right, so yeah, right. You want to know? She gets across town in probably the fastest time anybody's ever done it. And so, if you remember right, Jennifer Connelly's character's at the arena.
Yeah.
Plastic McGee.
Yeah. So she leaves the arena while being chased by a few of these Hunter Warrior dudes and makes it across town in time to save her boyfriend inside the church, and then Jennifer Connelly is there. How?
Never really thought about it.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Because she shows up there and chops off his head or whatever for her and attaches it to her heart. That's just a whole other thing there. But I don't understand how she got from there to across town within the time that Alita did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because she wouldn't have even known that he was at the fucking church unless, you know what I mean? How would she have known that?
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, how did she know that?
That's the thing that got me with that part, though, is that at the beginning he goes, "This is my secret spot." Your secret spot's out in the open, dude.
Yeah, right? It's like right there, dude. Any sniper within like a 4 block or like a 10 block radius could take your ass out.
Both secret spots are hidden.
Yeah. This is my secret spot.
It'd be funny if you walked up there, there's like 12 kids up there. How do you know about this place?
It's our secret spot. It's where we come to smoke cigarettes and drink our daddy's beers.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't even think about that.
I was just kind of bothered because whenever like she shows up and she's like walking around there, I'm like, what the fuck? How'd you get there? And how did you know that they were there? Even if you would have had to have found out midway, just as Alita found out, and still got across town.
She got the phone in her head. Maybe she caught some
somebody called her ass.
No, like.
Will you accept these charges? I guess.
No, like when you're on walkie talkies and like you pick up somebody else's frequency.
You think that's what happened?
Maybe that's what happened.
Maybe. Let's go with that. Yeah, that's it.
That's what I'm going with.
Yeah, fuck
it's
it,
the power
man.
of plastic.
Oh, did you hear that? I think that's Alita on the other line.
The power of plastic.
Power of plastic jewels in their brain or in their foreheads.
That's how that works.
So stupid. All right,
I don't
know.
I got one thing too. Also about the boy when he gets his head cut off, Hugo, and they put him on a body. Did anybody else know and wonder why the robot body that they put him on had to have toes?
No, and also why did he get?
Notice the
Why
toes.
did he I didn't really notice the toes, but I didn't know why they gave him such a shitty looking body.
I don't think they.
I thought the same thing. I thought Alita
Like, that's
got
all
this
he's
really
worth?
nice
Yeah.
body, and then
I think
This fucking kid, fuck you. He was just a head.
Well, it's because he was hitting on her daughter or on his daughter.
fuck
He's like,
you.
"Fuck you!
Yeah.
You
don't even
I'm
get
gonna
a
give
penis.
you a nice body.
I'm not even gonna give you a penis.
Ken doll, baby."
Yeah, right.
Okay, if you remember though, the body he had that was specially made
Prototype
that he
Ken
put
doll.
her on was for his daughter. I don't think. What I think is that the reason he got kind of a crappy body is because that's all they had.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
sure.
sure.
We're just making jokes.
Yeah, we're making fun
okay.
of him. Mostly because we don't really like his character.
Yeah.
My whole
He's like,
thing,
he should be like a Jonas brother.
that was one of my big things.
That's what he looks like.
Is
like a fucking Jonas brother.
Why does his robot body have to have
He looked
toes?
kind of badass. He looked kind of badass when he'd wear the bandana.
Yeah, or whenever he was shirtless, he was pretty ripped. But then they gave him that shitty looking fucking body.
Also, the sword that Zephyr had. This is Damascus. That is not a Damascus blade. That does not have any of the design that a Damascus blade has in it. The Damascus, when they do it, it's different metals, and it has a design in it. That's the sword did not have any Damascus design. That sword was not Damascus.
I feel like you were very tongue-tied while saying all that. Damascus
I don't
swords.
know anything about Damascus blades.
I don't
so.
either. So
They usually, because they're two different metals or three that are stacked on top of each other and folded, they have a design.
Oh, so I know what you're talking about. Like those ones that they almost look like they have like that swirl in them.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
That's a Damascus blade. That sword did not have any of those markings. That's not a Damascus blade.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Maybe they just thought the name sounded cool and didn't really know what it was from.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt.
That's probably what it was. Damascus, that sounds cool. Let's
Like
use
if somebody
that.
called something a Damascus blade and I didn't know any better, I'd call everything I had a Damascus blade.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm gonna cut this onion. This is a Damascus blade.
Well,
I mean, if you want to get real
Slice right through it.
technical, dude, a lightsaber technically isn't made up of light. It's, it comes from a
it's like
jewel.
plasma or something.
That's
Yeah.
what makes the collar of it.
Yeah, it comes from a jewel.
But,
So they call it a lightsaber, though.
I'm just
It's not a
saying-
flashlight.
I'm just saying because I only know what Damascus is because I watch Forge and Fighter and I like knives. But yeah, that was one of the things that is not a Damascus blade at all. Also, why does it even need to be Damascus? It looked cool, and that little light thing that it had.
Well, if you look at the design of, I think his name is Ed Skrein. Is his name? I think that's his name. The guy who plays, what's his face, the hunter warrior dude. Zephyr. Yeah.
You guys know that's the same guy that played Francis in Deadpool, right?
Yeah. He's a douche
Francis.
he's a douche in everything.
That's my favorite. Where's Francis?
He didn't look familiar to me, but I didn't know if
He usually plays like bad guy roles or like shit like that.
Well, that would make sense. Zephyr was kind of a bad guy.
We were about halfway through, and then Jeremiah's like, that's Ajax, that's fucking Francis, and I was like, I do now. No.
that little. I'm sorry, the metal goatee.
It just gave.
All through the movie, I just wanted to be like,
And just yank on it.
like pull it
Like,
right
what is this,
out.
like a slot machine or something? You just pull
Like,
that
that's
thing.
the
and...
ultimate like douchebag soul patch.
It is, dude. Oh my god.
Because it doesn't even need to fucking be.
No,
there.
yeah, it's just you just got it to have it, man. Like, all right, I can get past the metal legs, metal body, even the metal fucking head. But dude, that fucking that stash tee fucking thing, that thing that like looks like a little penis hanging from your chin. It needs to go.
No, it looks like somebody had a little
a little extra,
party,
little extra.
You know, like little something about Mary.
You got something on your
from
chin.
his chin.
Yeah, you got a little something on your chin there.
Kind of
bud.
a party.
Kind of want to look at it and be like, is that a zipper?
It don't matter because he gets half his face cut off anyway. So.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. It goes away eventually.
Yeah.
But
So,
all the movie, I'm like,
yeah.
but I
mean,
oh my god.
He was a bad character anyway. I mean, not a bad character, but like he was a fucking douche.
Oh yeah,
so, that's what he was supposed to be.
Yeah, he's supposed to be a douche.
Well, at first though, the first time you see him and Hugo's explaining him, I thought, oh shit, this guy's like a badass, right? And then like the next time you see him, he's like cowering in a corner, and I'm like, oh, never mind.
Who, Zephyr?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, so the first time you meet him, they're in town and he's buying her that chocolate.
Yeah.
And he says this is Zephyr and he's a hunter warrior. He's
scanning for his mark. He's
scanning for his mark or whatever. And like the way he was walking and everything, I was kind of like, oh shit, this guy's
kind
like
of
a badass.
yeah,
he's like intimidating. This guy's a badass.
But in the bar,
and then you see him the next time in the bar when she goes in there and she's trying to get them.
And he just comes off as pure douche.
Yeah, he comes up and he's like, yeah, I'm not doing anything. And you're like, oh,
this dude isn't a badass.
He's
just
not a badass. He's an asshole.
Yeah.
Well, I think what it is also is like he was a big time bounty hunter. And what I think they were trying to do there is show that it doesn't matter. Alita's got it. Alita's the bad.
Well, no, like usually when they introduce a character like that, they're either going to be an ally to like the main character
or a rival.
And, a lot of times when they introduce a character like that, they're going to be like an ally and they're going to be like this badass ally for them. You know what I mean? So I thought, oh, cool, this guy's going to be like, helping her or something.
Well, I will say when I saw the preview, when I remember seeing the preview and they showed him, I thought he was going to be an ally.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it is. They
the way they set his character up in that first
to be
that
like
first, yeah.
Yeah, the way they set him up, they seemed like he was going to have more of a role than he did.
Right. Well, I think more of a positive role, I guess. I thought that he was going to be a little bit more, positive for her, I guess, and it didn't turn out that way. I was a little bit upset with that. But he turned out to be a douche. So.
Okay, so Alec, I just got your message on Facebook, bud. He says to think about maybe fans could pick something for us to watch at some point, and we do plan on getting there, Alec.
Yeah, we do.
I was actually that like a week ago.
Yeah, we've been
talking.
We've been talking about it, and actually, we've been considering bringing on a fan or like a guest once a week or once a month.
Yeah.
To do that, but I think that the best time to do that would probably be after the first of the year.
Yeah.
After we've gotten through the holidays and things like that. So
because we've been talking about it and trying to.
From here, let's is everybody pretty much, because let's get into a little bit of that. Everybody pretty much touched. What are they?
I had very little as far as notes.
Right, so. Yeah, I didn't have a lot of complaints, and most of my notes were positive. So
I've said pretty much everything that I like. Like, yeah, a lot of mine was just I really like the design.
Okay, well, we'll get to all that here in a second. Let's go ahead and jump into our ratings. So let's start with Karen. Karen, for Alita Battle Angel from 2019, what would you say? What would you get? What would you rate this bad boy? 1 out of 10.
8.
An 8? Ooh, okay, all right. Tell me why.
I'm trying to get James Cameron to get off his ass and do something about it.
Listen to me, James. Listen, Jimmy.
Because I know he's fucking listening. Jim, you motherfucker. No. Yeah, I liked it. I normally don't like these kind of movies, though. That's the weird thing.
Right.
I'm not a big fantasy. I'm not into manga. I can't. I want to say manga so bad.
You know, it's so Americanized.
I know.
The movie's very Americanized.
Also, I don't really think of it as fantasy, as sci-fi.
Yeah, and I'm not a huge sci-fi fan.
I think it's more of I almost consider it like almost steampunkish. It's very steampunk.
Maybe that's why I like it. I love steampunk.
Steampunk's got a cool aesthetic to it.
Not steampunk. Cyberpunk. More cyberpunk.
Yeah, I like cyberpunk too.
Yeah, cyberpunk, not steampunk.
I like it. I like the I fucking love Christoph Waltz, and I fell in love with her, like you said. Everything about her was very endearing, and she really made the movie a lot. And I would say that's
I can seriously see why Hugo fell in love with her, though, just because of the personality she had.
She had a nice smile.
Yeah.
They did a really good job with bringing the place to life. You were talking about the CGI and stuff. I didn't think it was heavily done. I thought it was perfect. The pacing of the movie was good. 2 hours was not too long. It didn't feel long.
Like, you think that a 2-hour movie seems long, but once you get into the movie and there's so much going on, you're like, okay, like, this seems like they really utilize the time for
that's also too. It's because it had a lot of background going on too, and they didn't skimp on the background.
There's just not a lot of bad I can say about it. So if there's not a lot of bad, I can't really go 6.
Yeah, right.
7.
Yeah, I didn't like it though.
Yeah, like, I can't go too high because I can't go. It came from the desert high. I mean, I have to go 8.
Okay, all right. So Matt, what do you give it out of 10?
I gave it an 8 as well.
An 8. Okay.
And the reason I gave it an 8 is because it's one of those movies. There are certain movies that I will see, and they make me want to go out and look for the comic book version and the what
it
they're
makes me want to read.
Makes me want to read.
I read
just
every
messing
night.
with you. Calm down.
Try to read every night though. But I just it's something that makes it's.
You want to look for other.
I want to lok for more. And that's what really...
You want to get more into the lore and things like that. Yeah, I get it.
It did the same thing Mad Max did. I wanted to look for the Mad Max comic book afterwards.
Okay.
You're interested in learning more about the story, more about the characters. Yeah.
Okay.
It makes you want to get...
More you want to see more. You want more of it. Yeah. Is what you want. And that's a good thing to walk away from a movie or a series, whatever. Is if you walk away wanting more of it, that's a good thing. That means they did something right.
Yep.
It wasn't one of those that you walk away from and you're like, oh, that was a good movie, but I'm never going to watch it again.
Right. Yeah, I understand. Okay. All right. So Matt gave it an 8. Karen gave it an 8. And I'll be honest with you, I probably have to give it an 8 myself. Because
that's the first fucking time ever.
Yeah, we all gave it the same.
Yeah, like I'll be
reasons.
Yeah. I loved it for a lot of the same reasons that you guys did, but also because I love Christoph Waltz like you do, and I thought that both of their characters were just so fucking sweet and awesome.
Those two actors,
those two,
were like,
those two right there were awesome. I love, like I said, I love Mahershala Ali. I can't wait to see him as Blade. Also,
wait, is he really being Blade?
He really is. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought it was a joke.
I was making a joke, but he is. Yeah,
he's actually gonna play
I didn't
Blade.
know that. Okay.
Also, just a lot of
prepping in this movie.
A lot of the creativity that goes into something like this blows my mind because each character has its own design. Each one has their own personality.
Yeah, the people that can come up with this kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's beyond me, man, and it looks amazing.
Bone in my body.
And I didn't touch on this too much, but that dude, his friend, Hugo's friend, the black kid.
Yeah.
They just straight cut him in half.
Yeah, they sure did.
Straight up kill him.
He was kind of a douche and all that, but
he tried to save Hugo.
Yeah, but in the end, he tried to
save 2 seconds ago.
And then he tries to save Hugo.
That's a true friend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then they just straight chop him in half, no remorse, nothing. And I'm like, damn, because he's not like cybernetic at all. He's just a human.
Mm-hmm.
They just straight chop his ass in half. I'm like, all right, fuck you, guy. But anyway, so some of this stuff, it wasn't overly gory, which you know me, I love my gore. But
it had no place. It
didn't have a place in this kind of movie. You're right.
I don't like gore.
If they did gore, it wasn't really gore because it was killing of robots.
Right.
So
I don't like gore for gore's sake.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. And I gotta say though, like the fight scenes with Alita and everything, they were on par, man. They were awesome. I know a lot of it was CG, but it's just cool to see that kind of action. You love that action. You know what I mean? And there was never a moment where you were like you thought like, is she gonna lose this fight? But as soon as the fight begins, you're like, nah, she ain't losing this fight. She's gonna whoop their ass. That's all it is to it.
That girl with the little blades and stuff, the way she just kicks
her head into the wall.
I like it when they do her flying through the air and they just show her flying through the air.
I actually had seen that fight scene before because Jack watched it on like YouTube or something. And it was like Mortal Kombat style. They had like the things at the top or whatever. And he was like watching it, and I thought it was like from a video game. And, so I'm sitting here like watching it with him. And then like it pops up in the movie, and I'm like, huh. Well, I've seen this before.
All right, so that pretty much gives us an 8 across the board here. So if you haven't seen Alita,
I would recommend.
I would highly recommend it
for sure.
It's a great movie. It's definitely a good popcorn movie. Like, sit down, chill out, watch a good action flick.
And it's a good movie for like your whole family too. Like,
yeah.
I don't normally, like my family.
Yeah, there wasn't like a whole bunch of real bad language.
No, there's not. I mean, there's a few F-bombs in there, but like, other than that, there's no nudity. It's not It's not sexualized in any way.
No. I mean,
and it's a good action.
Your
flick.
kids, I think, would get into a lot of the action, and it's a very good movie.
I wouldn't call it family friendly, but like it is very.
I mean, if you're a realist
heavy.
raising your kids in today's world, I'm sure that they're gonna be fine watching it.
Right.
Yeah. Like if we're actually doing on what's going on in the world for kids, I would rate it in PG.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really not
because
that bad.
I mean, it's not like the blood's all blue.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
There's a little
not
bit
like
of
there's
blood
that
in it.
much of it anyway. Really.
Yeah. There's not much blood in it. I mean, there's a lot of violence, but it's not like gory violence or anything crazy. But anyway, so from here we're gonna go ahead and move on into trivia, and
we're not doing.
Oh yeah, the Rotten Tomatoes thing.
You're welcome.
Sorry about that.
You gotta hang that thing up, man.
I know, man.
You know, it's funny. It's his show, and he doesn't remember anything about it.
Hey man, I'm still getting in the swing of things, man. It's only episode 5. Okay, just making sure.
But
Shut up, Karen.
You fucker.
Okay, so let's get ourselves some Rotten Tomatoes in this bitch. Let's get it all stinky.
What
Rotten Tomatoes
what the
smell
fuck is
bad.
wrong with him this week?
I don't know.
All right, what is in that fucking drink?
I'm gonna say this from the beginning. This whole one seems weird to me. There's something that I feel like there's something off, but
I put vodka in my Coke.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No.
Okay, so I'm the only sober one.
She doesn't have any vodka in there.
I don't have any vodka in my Coke.
I doubt. I didn't think that she did.
Okay.
I don't even drink vodka.
It's good sometimes.
I haven't drank vodka
All
in a long
right,
time.
so out of
I
330
used to be a big
reviews
vodka
on Rotten Tomatoes, what do you guys think the critic score is?
Oh, it's always lower. I'm gonna go with 65.
65 out of Karen. Matt.
I'm gonna say they probably get it like a 65, 70.
Okay, I need a number, bud.
70. I'll say like 70 because she said 65.
70?
Yeah.
Karen's going to take the win on this.
Yes!
One. 61%.
What do I win?
Nothing.
The biggest hug you've ever had.
Congratulations.
What movie is that off of, though? Is that off a movie?
I think you made it up.
That was off a movie. The biggest hug you've ever had.
Oh, my God. Okay, so I'm going to read you. So because we rated this movie pretty positively, we're going to give it some negative reviews here. All right, so...
The negative reviews are always funny.
Oh, they're funny. So this is from a top critic.
Ebert?
Back in 2019. Huh?
Ebert? The school?
No. Fuck no, they don't review shit anymore.
They were dead.
Are they?
Are they?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought Ebert was still alive.
I don't fucking know.
But I
don't really
didn't think
care.
he did reviews anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, so this was from March 7th, 2019. This person gave it a 2.5 out of 5. If only the story of Alita Battle Angel had been as impressive as its technical achievements. It was all CGI. What the fuck are you talking about? Okay, so here's another one from...
I think the reason he rated it low is because he's truly brain dead.
She, actually.
Either way.
I just go with they were probably watching the wrong movie.
2019. It suffers because, like most of the Cameron stories, it's not a deep story, and unfortunately, the special effects are really strong, but they are not revolutionary. I mean, I can't argue with that, really.
I mean, it's not really supposed to
think
be.
that was
They're
the
not.
right.
They're not really supposed to.
I don't think
take
they're trying to,
away
like...
from the story.
Well, I don't really think that
right?
I don't think James Cameron's out making movies thinking, oh, we're going to make this the best CGI movie ever. You know what I mean? He's like, let's make a good movie. Yeah, but that was kind of like the beginning of like that whole thing. You know what I mean? Like
Avatar.
Fuck Avatar. All right, so let's go into the audience scores. Out of 25,000 ratings, what do you guys think the audience score is, huh?
I'm going with 80.
80 and 80. You guys are just going to go to get, you can't choose different numbers?
85.
Okay, Matt will take this one.
Some
92% actually.
Oh, wow.
For the audience scores. So that's not bad. I mean, that makes sense, honestly.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
So, okay, let me find a bad review here from the audience.
Oh, he looks so bad.
He
didn't want a haircut.
Oh, why'd you make him get a haircut?
I didn't. Grandma did.
Oh.
Okay, I can't find any bad reviews because it's got a 92%.
I was gonna say you might have a little
time
bit of
they're all like 3 and above, like 3 stars and above. Here's a 2-star.
All right, well,
hold on, let me see. I think that's the best you're gonna get is a 2-star. All right, so oh man, it's long too. Alita Battle Angel is an overly ambitious movie. They tried to make every shot look cool, even though some of the visual effects look like they were created in 2009 instead of 2019. Alita is instantly amazing at everything she attempts to do, which really lowers the stakes when there's trouble.
She's a cyborg. Of course she's going to be perfect at everything.
Well, at least Matt has concluded that she is in fact a cyborg.
That makes sense.
I wasn't going there.
Yeah, I know. I saw it on your face. I saw it on your face.
It makes sense because she's...
I know. I get it. I know. Yeah. Okay, so,
plus she's perfect.
But she's humble about it, you ass.
Yeah, at least she wasn't like, haha, bitches.
Look what I can do.
Look what I can do.
Like, I think at some point she made Hugo feel like he was actually, needed.
Right.
She did.
She said, all right, so he goes on to say, plus this film has the audacity to end on a cliffhanger for a potential sequel.
That wasn't their fault.
Instead of writing an actual ending, this script could have used some
like any movies
reprogramming. Wow, good name, good drop there, buddy. Some reprogramming. Get it? Because of
gay.
All right. Okay, so that's our whole segment there on the reviews and whatnot. And if you haven't seen it, go watch it. I don't give a fuck what these reviewers say.
Never care what the reviewers say.
No, they don't mean shit anyway. So.
Not that there was really a lot of them that were bad.
Right, apparently, with the audience scores, I mean, they were all fairly high. Even that guy he completely shit on the movie and he still gave it 2 stars. So, out of 5. Yeah. So, so anyway, let's move on into trivia here. And then from there, we'll talk about what we're going to do next week.
And hopefully I can read my fucking handwriting.
No shit.
Jesus.
I can't even read it from here. But it's from here.
Well, I wrote it, and I don't know if I can read it. So this is the first professional collaboration between old Jim Cameron and Rob Rodriguez.
It was last.
Yeah. So due to prior commitments, and I do remember writing this whole... Due to prior commitments to directing 4, and then I wrote 4 in parentheses with an exclamation point and a question mark. Sequels to Avatar.
Yeah, there's supposed to be 4 of them.
Yeah. Cameron could only serve as a producer. Rodriguez said in an interview that taking on the directorial duties for a film like this just doesn't happen. Again, I don't know if I can read my fucking handwriting. Cameron writes scripts. Tarantino and Cameron write scripts for themselves to direct. This is him talking, not, Then Avatar became the biggest film of the time, and Jim wondered what will happen to Battle Angel then. As a fan, I was interested, and Jim said he didn't think he would ever get to do it. So he told me if I could figure out a script, I could shoot it. So I took it home, spent all summer working on it, and so obviously he got to shoot it. The stunt coordinator, a guy named Garrett Warren, was the bartender in the New Kansas bar.
Oh, yeah.
And then so there were mixed reactions when it came to her eyes. We started to talk about that a little bit. I liked it too.
I liked it.
So it was actually James Cameron's idea. And he wanted to do the eyes. His inspiration, of course, was, the manga eyes. He said they really wanted to highlight it next to the regular human eyes to kind of show the big difference or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they wanted to really show the emotions reflected in her eyes, and showing that the eyes are the windows to the soul, and those are some pretty big windows.
Did you hear that? She has a soul.
We wanted the emotional scenes. We wanted the emotional scenes to be uncanny and even more striking.
Okay. I just thought it looked cool because it kind of made her stand out.
Yeah, I thought it looked
out.
That was the
point.
What I mean? They wanted her emotional range to be more than the humans, almost to make her be more human-esque in her emotional range than the humans were.
Especially more relatable, more sympathetic.
Well, almost to highlight how far the humans had gone in the robot realm, and she had, like, her human side was more human than the humans were.
Right, yeah.
Having grown up, where they'd grown up, and they've, kind of lost their human side, and she, was more emotional, more,
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, there was more CGI and just one of Alita's eyes than the entire Gollum character in Lord of the Rings.
Huh.
Thought that was fun. James Cameron had wanted to direct and produce a film adaptation of Battle Angel Alita since 1995, but it had been stalled for 2 reasons. 1, a prior commitment and his own interest in Titanic. This guy's his own worst fucking enemy.
I'm telling you.
And 2, technology had not caught up with the vision he had for Alita's world. So, I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
This is Robert Rodriguez's first PG-13 movie. All 18 prior were either PG or R, no in between. This was the first time Rodriguez was just the director instead of doing several other things on the set as well. Rodriguez based the motorball sequences on NASCAR. I thought that was neat.
That's dumb.
No, so listen. So instead of going on the suggestions of others and doing aerial shots when they were doing the motorball,
he did on the ground.
He did it on the ground with using physics, real cameras, placements like they would do with NASCAR, having it on the track.
I thought he was
rather
saying that he based motorball on NASCAR because I don't see it, but
no, he used
the viewing,
the shots,
and the way that they would shoot NASCAR as his inspiration.
Yeah, I can see it
to shoot it that way. So he used long lenses, and it took 3 years to complete the physics that he was looking for.
3 fucking years?
3 years, that's what it says.
God damn.
The reason the Hunter Warriors congregate in a bar called Kansas is actually explained in Volume 8 of the manga. Iron City is located on the land formerly known as Kansas City, Missouri.
Okay.
Tarantino actually recommended Christoph Waltz to Rodriguez for the role.
Of course he did.
Of course he did. And
because he was in 2 of his movies.
So we already talked about this a little bit, but Edward Norton was Nova. We talked about that. But did you guys know that Michelle Rodriguez voiced Gelda, who was the other warrior that she keeps singing her flashbacks?
Yeah, she's in a trainer and shit.
Oh, the one that looks almost exactly like her.
I didn't think she looked anything like Michelle Rodriguez.
Well, I thought they had the same. No, they had the same.
He thinks
face.
she looks like Alita.
They had the same face.
Oh, I didn't really see that either. And that's it.
I guess I do.
That's all I got.
That's cool. I mean, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I knew that was Michelle Rodriguez's voice. Though,
I didn't.
You can tell she's got that
I did not hear that at all.
She's got a very distinct voice.
Oh, she does, but I didn't hear it.
Yeah. Well, she's only in 2 scenes or something.
Well, yeah. But shame on me, I guess.
All right, so a little shout out here to Alec, who told us last week that apparently our show, after having a really bad day, made him feel a lot better, and that made us really happy. We appreciate that, and we're glad that we can cheer somebody up. So even if it is just a bunch of a few of us here over here bantering.
Yeah, I don't even care if as long as we make people happy. I would be fine with that. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, we're just here to brighten your day a little bit. Talk about a movie, and even if you haven't seen the movie, check it out anyway. But
we're funny, damn it.
But on that note, Alec, I know that you were asking about guests choosing movies and things of that sort. The whole plan is after the first of the year, to anybody who cares, we do plan on bringing on a guest once a month, and we let them choose the movie, and they review the movie with us. Hopefully, I hope to God it's a movie that, every time it's a movie that I don't like and they convince me to like it, so, but obviously we're very stubborn and bullheaded people. So that's probably That's unlikely. But and Alec, you are definitely in the running for being one of our first guests for sure. Even if it's we'll just do it over.
Oh,
the
we just do it because I was saying doesn't.
No, we were gonna fly him in.
Yeah, we're gonna fly him over.
I was
here.
like, well, I didn't know. Is he planning on visiting something?
No, we'll do like a video call with him or something like that.
Zoom.
Yeah, Zoom call. We'll Zoom call his ass. So or something like that, and we're gonna get to there. But for a little bit of news here coming up here, what we're gonna like a little of what you got to look forward here for the next month or so is so next week is my final pick before we get into the whole spooky season, and I think next week I had a few ideas and I had tossed up a few, and I think for my pick here, I think we're gonna go with The Watch.
The what?
The Watch. With Ben Stiller.
Oh fuck! I've seen that movie. It's been a long fucking time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one like way back.
Yeah. So, and this wasn't my idea. This was actually my wife's idea. This is Crystal's idea. Because I was actually thinking about going with like Mario Brothers or Street Fighter. Because I wanted to bash the shit out of those movies.
Well, no, Mario Brothers. Oh, it's nostalgia, baby.
Yeah. Okay.
Mario Brothers is bad.
It's terrible, but
it's terrible. It's terrible
on.
Nostalgia. But I think I'm gonna go with The Watch. From what year was it?
Wait, I wonder. It's probably streaming somewhere.
I need to know what
probably
streaming service that is on.
So for anybody, yeah, just go ahead and look it up for us, Karen.
I
am. So we can tell everybody else where they want to watch it too if they
Prime
haven't.
Video or Hulu.
Oh,
there you go.
Hulu.
So there you go. Check it out there, and it is an R-rated movie. It is not child friendly.
Oh man.
It is not child friendly. So there are some scenes of nudity and a little bit of gore.
Can I watch it?
So yeah, I hope so. You are an adult.
It's R-rated.
No, Seth is
you're
not.
thinking of Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill's not in it either.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's not.
Oh wait. Yeah, he is.
No, he's not.
And who's that?
That's Jonah Hill. Yeah. Fuck,
you have been wrong twice.
I don't care.
Today.
I don't care who. I don't care. The
When
only
are you
person.
gonna stop arguing with me?
I don't remember him from the movie, so apparently he wasn't that fucking important.
Jonah Hill's not in it.
So
Also, I didn't like House on Haunted Hill the remake.
I didn't.
Apparently you
You
did.
guys took my shit out of context there. Okay, so The Watch is from 2000.
Eurotrip was a sequel.
Yeah.
Shut up. So The Watch is from 2012. It is rated R. It is an hour and 42 minutes. It has Ben Stiller, Vince Vaughn, Jonah. Hold on. Oh, fucking shit.
Who's
ass?
It's because he didn't want to say Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill, Billy Crudup, which he doesn't have a very big role, and my fucking personal favorite. Richard, I don't know his fucking last name.
Ayoade. He was in the IT crowd.
He was in the IT crowd. That's all that matters. He was in the IT crowd.
Oh, is he the?
Have you tried turning it on and off again?
Yeah.
I love
Is
that
he the
show.
black guy with the fro?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay,
He's the best part of the whole show.
I've seen him on the seeing the thing on the IT crowd of him sitting on the couch.
Apparently,
you should watch that fucking
Will
show.
Forte's in there.
I'll give it a try.
So if you haven't,
Natural.
hold on a minute here. Where's Arlie Ermy in this fucking movie?
He's like blinking, you miss it.
No, man. He should have been just in the whole movie.
Because I've passed up IT crowds. I don't know if I should watch this or not.
I did too, but that show's fucking amazing,
it's
dude.
fucking
It's fucking
hilarious.
great.
Yeah, it's one of those
My favorite character is Richmond. Here's Grateful Filth. It saved my life.
It's just been one of those shows that I see and I'm like, oh, it looks like it could be good, but
It's very good.
So we're gonna watch The Watch next. Watch The Watch.
We're gonna watch.
We're gonna watch The Watch next week, and so if you haven't seen the movie, please check it out. And say it's on Hulu and Amazon.
Hulu and Prime.
Is it?
Oh yeah, Amazon. Yeah.
Is it Prime or is it video? Because I think there's a
Prime
difference.
Video.
Well, I'm saying like, is there like, do you have to pay for it, or if you just have a Prime account,
Prime,
it's just
you
free
can
to watch?
watch it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so there you go. So watch it either one of those places, and also, so from beyond that, we're going to starting after next month, or after this next movie here. So it'd be
the 5th of October.
the 5th of October.
After this.
So
No, it would be the 7th. The 7th. Because the 3rd is a Monday. I know, because I'll be on vacation the 3rd through the 7th.
Because I looked at.
Well, the show will air on the 6th though.
Oh yeah.
I always put it up. I always have it up Wednesday night. So
it'll be the 5th.
Well, yeah, the 5th is a Wednesday, but the show goes live Wednesday night.
Sorry, I was thinking Friday for some reason.
So by the 6th, you will be able to listen to. We will get into our Halloween, our spooky season. So what we'll do for that is the first movie, and this is something to look forward to, and we will be reviewing a double feature, which will be Hocus Pocus 1, and then we will also be reviewing, with the release of Hocus Pocus 2, we'll be reviewing that too. And quite honestly, I don't have my hopes up for 2, but we'll see. I think it's just going to be nostalgia bait, and I think it's going to be complete bullshit. So, but I'm more than happy to review the first movie. You know, I mean, it's a movie that I grew up with. I think that movie came out in what, 93?
92.
92?
In 2nd, 3rd grade.
So it's like 30 years old.
Yeah.
I still I watched it a lot, and I've gotten tired of it, but I still like parts of it. I still think
I still like the movie. I watch it with my kids. Yeah. My daughter's 15, and she loves the movie.
I've seen it 7,000 times.
Yeah, for sure, dude. It's one of those movies that you're like, I
quote it.
Yeah, you can quote it. Yeah, it's just one of those movies. Amok. And I even saw a clip from the recent movie, and they do a lot of the same shit in it again. Like, they're pulling out brooms, and they one gets a fucking vacuum cleaner, and then they're like, she even says the run amok thing, and I'm like, okay, so we're doing this like again. You're just rehashing the first movie, and I can see that in the entire movie being just that, because that's what Disney does. It's just
I'm gonna put it this way, like, when we were kids, like you always played games with your friends and stuff, right? Like, on the playground shit. And so me and Jess have been friends for 30 years, whatever, right? Jessica's hair is what color?
Blonde.
Right. What color is my hair?
Brownish black.
Black. And we had a redheaded friend.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Was she the bitchy one?
We played Hocus Pocus as kids. Guess who had to be the fat bitch on the fucking vacuum cleaner every time we fucking
Don't
played?
Be angry about it.
No, I didn't want to.
Did you want to be the dumbass blonde?
No, but I didn't want to be the fat bitch on the vacuum cleaner every time.
It's okay, Karen.
But she's funny.
Fair enough.
She is funny, and she's probably the nicest one of the three.
Yeah.
The other one was just a whore, and the other one's a bitch.
I guess. That's fair. That's fair.
And we're not saying that about you, Jessica. That's not you.
No, I'm still bitter about it is all. Still a little
She's
bitter.
but Jessica is bubbly, like Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying she didn't fit the character.
Movie.
I'm just saying I didn't want to ride a vacuum cleaner all the time. That's all.
It was either a vacuum cleaner or a mop.
It was a fact.
No, I mean,
I'm just saying, like, could we have made up another character for me, maybe?
Who do you want to be?
I'll make up somebody.
Binks?
No, just any. I can make up a fourth sister.
A fourth sister?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's what they got in the second one. I don't know. A
cooler sister that they didn't know they had.
I think the second one has something to do with their mother coming in or something like that. I don't know though. So anyway,
is that Barbara Streisand?
Oh my god, dude! I hope not. I fucking hope not, because that will kill the movie for me. So anyway, so that's kind of what we got planned going on here for the next few weeks, and we will choose for the month of October after Hocus Pocus. We will each choose a horror movie throughout the month of October, and we will review. And oh my god! And
I thought we were gonna pick them out of a hat.
Do you want to do it that way, or do you just want to just pick movies?
I guess we could do it that way.
Maybe it's up in the air.
There's so many good ones.
I know, that's the hard part.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, I have a few in mind, but I'm like, man, I don't know.
I could easily pick like 30 fucking movies.
See, and I'm on the fence. Like, do I want to pick an actual horror movie, or do I want to pick like a Halloween-based horror movie? Because I can think of a couple of those too.
If it's fucking October, man, I'm going all in. I'm going balls out.
You gotta go ham, dude. Yeah. And then, don't get me wrong, we're gonna do the same thing for
wait a minute.
for December.
Please, though, I'm just gonna say in October and December, can nobody, please. Not because I'm sorry if this is
we're not picking fucking Nightmare Before Christmas.
Okay, because if somebody picks that, I'm gonna be I'm not watching
I'm not watching it.
I've just seen that movie too many times.
It's played out, dude, and I've never even been that big of a fan of that fucking movie.
Like, I like the songs and stuff, but I am not a huge fan of it.
I haven't seen it in a really long time. Cause
I haven't either.
It's
I'm burnt
been
out.
watched,
No,
7,000
it
times.
was April that was real into it.
Well, we've got a few friends that are real into it. Another name drop.
Hold
Hey,
on,
what's
here.
up, April?
I got out of it because so many people got into it. It's
Yeah.
like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I know whenever, like, because we grew up on that movie.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then by the time we were teenagers, everybody was like, oh, yeah, man.
seen it?
Have you seen it?
Yeah, when I
Half
was, like,
Dust does.
12.
And I see it every time I go to Hot Topic. Thank you. You know what I mean?
It was a big, like, staple to punk culture.
Mm-hmm.
It was what...
Yep. We used to go to a lot of band shows back in the day, and a lot of bands, you go in there and everybody's wearing something to do with Nightmare Before Christmas or, anything to do with Tim Burton. It was either that or, you know what I mean? It was just, no. I was done with it. Edward Scissorhands, shit like that.
Which sucked because, like, a lot of that stuff was really awesome.
It was awesome,
I loved
but, like...
Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah, but then you're like, but you don't want to jump on that fucking hype train.
No, you
know what I mean?
ruined it. Like,
Yeah.
you fucking ruined it.
Yeah,
for
you
me.
overplayed it for me, So...
Because I used to like Nightmare Before Christmas, but then everybody was like, "Oh, Nightmare Before Christmas," and I was just like, "Okay, I'm done.
I'm done with it. Yeah, it was good, but it's not great. Let's
you
get
fucking
real.
ruined it.
Yeah, you ruined it for
I
me.
even
Watch the
remember-
Box Trolls.
I even remember.
I fucking love that movie. Gavin, my son was into that movie hardcore whenever he was like 2 and 3. He was like obsessed with the Box Trolls, and I could watch that movie 100,000 times and never get bored with it. I loved watching the Box Trolls.
But
with
that's
him.
because you don't go out of your house and
and
it's,
it's
like
everywhere.
shoved in your fucking face.
But it was a good fucking fun movie, and I loved it. And
Yeah.
it was just all about cheese. Cheese.
I'm not way about Jumanji.
You know what?
Jumanji?
I love Jumanji.
You know,
Jumanji's a
one
great
of the-
fucking movie.
One of the best cartoon.
I even kind of like the
And
new
the Little
ones.
Rascals.
One of the best cartoon
Yeah.
movies I watched not too long ago was Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Dennis the Menace.
I like Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. It's fun.
I haven't seen that one. I haven't seen that
When he
one.
tries.
I'm not a big fan. of that
Oh,
one.
you guys are lame.
Okay, so I think we're gonna wrap things up here, and so join us next week whenever we do we review The Watch from 2012, and like I said, not family friendly. So if you're gonna watch it, make sure you watch it after the kiddies have gone to bed,
Or if
And-
you don't care what your kids see.
or if you like your children seeing orgies, there's one of those in there.
Orgy in there?
There's
I
an
do
orgy
not
in there.
remember that.
Yeah, in the dude's basement, they walk down and it's just a big ass orgy. As a matter of fact, the Lonely Island is down there in that orgy.
I'm not sure I want to watch
Yeah.
this movie.
Yeah, it's not a very long scene. So check that out, and it's just such a fun movie. It's a funny movie. And we will see you all we won't see you.
We'll pretend to see you.
We'll pretend. We'll pretend like you're actually listening to us.
They are.
Sad face. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.